Welcome to today's news broadcast, where we bring you the most important stories from Pattaya and the surrounding region. In today's program, we will cover incidents that highlight both the challenges and the strengths of local communities, from violent street attacks to solemn ceremonies that unite citizens in respect and remembrance. Stay with us as we take a detailed look at the latest events. We begin with a deeply troubling case involving two young teenagers who were the victims of an unprovoked and violent assault. On the evening of September 19th, two 15-year-old boys, who are known by their nicknames Win and Sai, were riding together on a motorcycle to get something to eat. Their journey was cut short at the Puyai Kui intersection on Soi Norn Plupwan, where they encountered two men on another motorbike. The men, believed to be around 25 years old, forced the boys to stop, cutting across their path and blocking them on the road. Without warning, one of the assailants shouted angrily, asking what the boys thought they were doing. Then both suspects began punching them repeatedly. The victims tried desperately to apologize and plead with the attackers to stop, but their words made no difference. The attack only ended when the assailants decided they had done enough and fled the scene, leaving the teenagers bruised, shaken, and in pain. The next morning, the boys, still bearing visible bruises and abrasions, went to Nun Pru police station to file a complaint. They recounted the terrifying ordeal in detail. Fortunately, their claims were not without evidence. A passerby had recorded part of the assault on a mobile phone, and CCTV cameras from the intersection provided additional confirmation. The footage shows the victims riding normally, without provoking anyone, before being cut off and attacked. This clear evidence gives police a strong starting point for their investigation. Authorities are now working to identify the suspects and bring them to justice. Community members, upon hearing about the assault, voiced their concern about the safety of children and teenagers in Pattaya. Many parents expressed fears that such violence could happen to anyone, even those simply going out for food. Local residents are urging police to increase patrols and ensure young people can travel safely without fear of being attacked by strangers. The investigation remains ongoing, but police have made it clear that the attackers will face legal action for their violent conduct once they are caught. While authorities were responding to this disturbing case, another incident unfolded just hours later, highlighting once again the dangers of reckless driving on Pattaya's roads. At around 4 o'clock in the morning on September 20th, emergency responders received a call about a serious accident on Top Praya Road near Soi Pra Tamnek 3. Rescue teams from the Sawang Boribun Tamasatan Foundation rushed to the scene along with Pattaya City Police. There they found a red MG sedan overturned, badly damaged from the crash. Inside the car was 33-year-old Miss Rinrada, who was bleeding from a head injury. Rescue volunteers reported that she appeared heavily intoxicated, unable to fully control her speech or movement. Despite her condition, she was conscious and able to speak. First aid was given at the site before she was quickly transported to a local hospital for treatment. Investigators discovered that her vehicle had struck a gray Honda Jazz parked nearby, damaging its rear wheel before flipping over. At the time of the accident, she was accompanied by a male friend. At first, he attempted to claim responsibility, saying he had been the driver. However, after further questioning, he admitted that he was only trying to protect her. Eventually, Rinrada herself confessed that she had been behind the wheel, though she claimed she did not realize the severity of the situation until after the crash had already occurred. Police Lieutenant Manasak Polyem deputy investigator at Pattaya City Police Station, stated that CCTV footage from the area would be reviewed carefully to establish the exact cause and sequence of events. He also confirmed that the driver would undergo an alcohol test. Based on the outcome, legal charges will follow in accordance with Thai law. This incident, sadly, is only the latest example of how drunk driving endangers not only those who make reckless choices, but also innocent people who happen to share the road. Authorities continue to emphasize the importance of responsible driving, especially in a city like Pattaya, where both locals and tourists travel at all hours. As the police dealt with that crash, yet another alarming report came in from Pattaya Beach. At approximately 2:30 in the morning on the same day, an Indian tourist fell victim to a group scam that turned into a theft of significant value. The victim, 24-year-old Mr. Devda, was walking along the beach with a friend when they were approached by a group of transgender individuals. The group surrounded them, hugging, touching, and offering companionship services in a very forward manner. At first, this may have appeared to be just another part of Pattaya's lively nightlife scene. However, the situation escalated quickly. When the tourist declined their advances and attempted to walk away, the suspects tried briefly to detain him before scattering into the crowd. It was at that moment that he realized something was wrong. Checking his belongings, he discovered that his gold necklace had been stolen. The necklace weighed around 25 to 30 grams and carried an estimated value of more than 100,000 baht, equivalent to about $3,000. By the time he understood what had happened, the culprits were gone. Shocked and distressed, he immediately reported the theft to police officers. Lieutenant Manasak Polyam, Deputy Inspector of Investigations, led the response and began interviewing the victim while coordinating with a team to review CCTV footage in the area. The police are confident that the cameras will help to identify the suspects. In the meantime, authorities have issued a warning to tourists, urging them to remain vigilant while enjoying Pattaya's nightlife. They advised keeping valuable items secure and avoiding unnecessary contact with strangers in crowded areas. While Pattaya remains one of Thailand's most popular destinations, incidents like this highlight the importance of personal safety and awareness. Investigators are determined to track down those responsible and bring them to justice. While these cases reflect the darker side of life in Pattaya, not all the news was grim. On the same day, in nearby Sri Racha District, a solemn and meaningful ceremony took place to commemorate the 100th anniversary of His Majesty King Ananda Mahidol, also known as Rama VIII. The event was held at the Sri Racha Municipal Health Park and was attended by representatives from government agencies, local administrative organizations, private sector groups, and members of the public. Presiding over the ceremony was District Chief Wikit Manarojkit, who led the lighting of candles and incense in front of a large portrait of the late king. The atmosphere was quiet and reverent as 10 Buddhist monks chanted sacred verses. Following the chanting, participants joined in an almsgiving ceremony, offering rice and dry goods to 59 monks. Floral wreaths were then placed before the portrait, symbolizing respect and remembrance. In his speech, District Chief Wikit highlighted the profound contributions of King Ananda Mahidol. Known as the father of modern medicine in Thailand, the king played a key role in the development of medical education and in expanding the number of trained doctors across the nation. His efforts laid a foundation that continues to benefit Thai citizens to this day, with a healthcare system that is now recognized internationally. The centenary event served not only as a remembrance, but also as a powerful reminder of the values of loyalty, gratitude, and unity that connect the Thai people. In contrast to the chaos of violence, crime, and accidents, the ceremony provided a moment of calm reflection and national pride. These four stories together create a complex picture of life in Thailand today. On one hand, we see violence against innocent teenagers, reckless behavior on the roads, and cunning thefts targeting unsuspecting tourists. On the other, we see a community coming together to honor a monarch whose legacy has shaped the very health and well-being of the nation. Such contrasts remind us that while challenges continue to arise, resilience, respect, and remembrance are never far behind. Thank you for watching us. Stay safe, remain aware, and join us again soon for more news updates from Pattaya and beyond.